Pioneers entertain themselves by telling scary stories. At night, they might gather in somebody's cabin or around a fire and see who could scare the others the most. Some girl and boys in my town do the same thing today. They gather together at somebody's house, turn out the lights, and eat popcorn, and scare one another half to death. Telling scary stories is something people have done for thousands of years. For most of us like being scared that way, since there isn't any real danger. We think it's fun. There are great and many scary stories to tell. There are ghost stories, there are tales of witches, devils, boogeymen, zombies, and vampires. There are tales of monstrous creatures and other dangers. There even are stories that make us laugh at all the scariness. Some of these tales are very old, and they are told around the world, and most have the same origins. They are based on things that people saw, or heard, or experienced, or at least they thought they did. Many years ago, a young prince became famous for a scary story he started to tell, but never finished. His name was Mamilius. He was probably 9 or 10 years old. William Shakespeare told about him in The Winter's Tale. See, it was a dark winter's day that his mother, the queen, asked him for a story. "A sad tale best for the winter," he said. "I have one of spirits and goblins." "Do your best to frighten me with your spirits," she said. "You are powerful at it." "I shall tell it softly," he said. "Yon crickets shall not hear it." And so he began. There was a man dwelt by a churchyard. But that was as far as he got, for at that moment the king came in and arrested the queen and took her away. And soon after, Mamilius died. No one knew how he would have finished his story. But if you started as he did, what would you tell? Most scary stories are, of course, meant to be told. They're more scarier that way. But how you tell them is important. As Mamilius knew, the best way is to speak softly, so that your listeners lean forward to catch your words, and to speak slowly, so your voice sounds scary. And the best time to tell these stories is at night. In the dark and the gloom, it is easy for someone listening to imagine all sorts of strange and scary things.